what is wrong with y'all? Like, why are y'all there? Because y'all really wasting the university's time. Like, why are y'all there? If you ain't gonna be on time, if you ain't gonna show up, like, why are you coming? Why are you there? It made no sense. And then, hey everybody, welcome back to the Brady Yvonne channel. Here at my channel, y'all know we talk fun reviews, discussions, recaps, all of our favorite shows. Okay, so this video we are talking BET Plus's College Hill Celebrity Edition. This is season 2, episode 4, Masks Off. Before we get into anything, y'all, let's get through the housekeeping. Please do not hesitate to hit the subscribe button, y'all. Support all these up and coming YouTubers and support our faves. But you know, for a lot of people, I know the algorithm is not giving what it needs to give, so please, y'all, help support the channel, okay? Also, and all the YouTubers, okay? Also hit that like button. Also, share the video where you like to share your content and comment down below. Y'all watching College Hill Celebrity Edition? I heard they got a lot of backlash because I guess Amber Rose and Jocelyn Hernandez got into a little scuffle. I ain't got that episode yet. I'm on episode 4. I'm definitely playing catch up, y'all. It's been a real rough week, okay? And it's only the first week of summer school. I will have to tell y'all that story at another time. Anywho, just pray for me in my classroom, please. So, anywho, and the student. So, anywho, let's get into the review, though. Let's get into it. We're going to play catch up. Hopefully I can get all caught up on College Hill by the weekend is my goal, but no promises, okay? So anywho, episode opens up where they left off with Dr. Petty came down to the house to do a wellness check, but she said you will not play in her face. It's down to the Alabama University, no God. So she came, she knocking on doors. She checking to see where everybody at. She woke up Ray J. She said, you know, take a minute, get yourself together and come on out. He thought he was having a dream, but it was not. It was Dr. Petty. Dr. Petty talked to him and said, you know, you haven't been in class since Tuesday. You missed a lot. You know, you have a son. You know, we are rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. Shout out to Tyra Banks. And she's like, you need to get it together. This is your very, very last chance. You didn't do the, university song. You missed that assignment, so you got a chance to make it up, but this is your very last chance possible. She was like, you know, I can't want it for you more than you want it for yourself. You got to do better. This is your last chance possible, or you will be dismissed from the university. So Ray J actually really appreciated Dr. Petty because she is very supportive. Like, Dr. Petty don't play, but I love the professors and the teachers who are really have a great balance of being tough on the students, but also know how to be supportive. Like, they can, you know, do both. They can toggle that fine line. And I try to be like that in my own classroom. My own students, different, of course, as it's high school and special needs, and they're severe. But, you know, I still try to make sure they know they have expectations and they're capable. And so I like how Dr. Petty is like, she ain't playing Ray J, but she's still giving him a chance to get his life, right? So he said, you know, she's the only one that supported him. And this process is not like before where they just kicked him out. And I was like, Ray J, everything they gave you last season, you deserved. Like, no, you just lucky Dr. Petty had a little mercy and grace on you, and you better be appreciative of it. So he said he's embarrassed. He wanted to go back to sleep. Y'all, he came out the room talking about, I took a Tylenol PM, rubbing his eyes. Anywho, he said he wanted to go back to sleep, but he's honestly embarrassed by the way he's behaved. So then Dr. Petty gets to New York. She was trying to hide in the house, but she found Miss Tiffany. And she's like, you know, you missed classes and you cannot afford to miss classes. Like, I get life happens, but you need to communicate. Let me know something happens. I don't know why these people don't understand the fact that when you are in college and you miss a class, email the professor. Email. They prefer you would email at least with some stupid excuse than not say nothing at all. Trust me. So anywho, she's like, if you ain't gonna be here, don't be here at all. So Tiffany said she's gonna step it up. She's not gonna let her down. Then she's like, Amber, she told Tiffany, go knock on Jocelyn's door. Jocelyn did not answer. She could not be bothered. Amber called her on the FaceTime, like, girl, Dr. Petty is here for you. So Dr. Petty was like, let Jocelyn know that I came by looking for her, okay? So Dr. Petty left. Ray J said he gonna step it up. He full in the homework mode. He doing all the catch up he gotta do. So he went to the museum, to the, what is it called again? The EIJ, I believe. And so when he came out, he said, you know, they showed some more images like they did before. And he was like, man, the thing that really got me is like, they got put in jail and for owning their own businesses. And he was sharing that, his grandfather marched with Dr. King, and, their house in Mississippi got burned down. And so he feels bad for all the things he's been doing and complaining about when, our ancestors went through way more than we go through now. Not that we don't go through stuff, but just different time. And so he wants to really, do better and all that as a black man. So hopefully he does. Like Dr. Petty said, his actions need to match his words. That's what we want to see, Ray J. So he was hitting the books, getting a massage, as he said he needed a massage. I'm going to go a little bit out of order as well, y'all. Y'all know how I do. Let's see. We do see Tiffany and Parker and Quay, they go do their practice for the performances for the Magic City Classic. Parker is struggling with the dances. Quay is struggling, but they're getting their life. Okay. Then we see everybody going to classes. We saw Ray J. Let's start with Ray J. He did his performance of the hymn. He did good, actually. He was putting his little one wish on it. It was good. So everybody cheer for him. He put his own little harmony melody on it. He apologized to the acting professor. He said, sometimes you battle your own demons. And the acting professor was really nice and understanding. I really liked the professors this time around. I liked them last time around too, but this time around, I don't know, something about them is different. Anywho, they're like more relatable, I think. So anywho, they also were in I forgot what class it is, but they have to do the metaphor assignment. And so they're not a metaphor assignment, sorry, a mask assignment. We're going to bring in something to the class that represents a mask for them. Quay had shared earlier when Dr. Petty left that he was feeling so much anxiety after Dr. Petty left, and he's feeling so much anxiety, and he is struggling, like I feel like he could do the schoolwork, but he's just struggling. And Tiffany says she deals with social anxiety. I would never guess that. And she's like, well, you're always in theaters and stuff. He's like, yeah, it's just different. So he's happy to do the mask assignment to show that vulnerable side, and some other people share the same thing. So they also have to do a slave narrative and folklore assignment for their midterms. All the classes are basically giving them their like midterm assignments, right? Then the acting class, I think the interview assignment, they had to do an interview, pair up and do like an interview scenarios as their midterm, but they also have to do a metaphor assignment for their life. That's where the metaphor was. So he checks in he has all of them leave, and they come in one by one to explain what their metaphors are going to be, which the one thing I really liked about this particular episode, y'all, is that we got a little bit more insight into everyone's lives, right? So like Ryan was sharing that his was castles made of sand, and so the professor asked, why did he say that particularly? And so he said because he feels like he accomplished a lot in his life, some things in his life, a few things he said, but he's really young, and he wish he would have had guidance back then. He said he first went on a tour, with B2K and all them. He was like 15 or 16, and so he's like, all these great things happened, but like, nothing else really happened from it. His career didn't blow up like B2K and Omarion. I do remember Ryan, and he would be on a couple tracks on a B2K CDs. Y'all know that from the early 2000s. But anyway, I kind of feel bad for him when he's explaining all that too. And so he just wish things would have went differently. Amber Rose shared about her, I forgot what she said her metaphor is going to be, but she's basically sharing that her dad, I guess, used to cry for her at night and want to see her. And I don't know if he was writing her letters or something his stepmom knew, and I guess he didn't get to see her. And I think she said he passed away. And so the professor says, well, who cries for you now? And Amber Rose says she cries for herself. And he said, how often, boo? And then she was like, every night basically, and she's getting ready to tear up. She put her glasses on. He was like, it's okay. And one thing I'm really liking from this episode, we learned a lot about why everyone kind of doing what things they do, like Amber Rose's insight, and we're going to talk more about that in the mask assignment. So I felt bad for Amber in that moment for sure. Jocelyn shared how, she's a little girl that made it out the hood and became successful and all that, and people look at her and went from running around the streets in Puerto Rico in her dress and all that. And her mom shared with her dad had overdosed. That's how he died, cold turkey. And she felt like the way her mom shared it was kind of like too harsh, too blunt. And she's like, you don't share that with a kid. And she hates that happened. And she never shared that with anyone else. And, you know, she really loved her dad. She wished her dad could really be there for her. Is pretty much what she said. I'm gonna fix this camera, y'all. So anywho, oh, that's not gonna be right. So she was saying, you know, she wants to share her story to support all the other little girls in Puerto Rico. So he was like, this is good, but you know, go do the work. Let me see. They have some other, they have to do a 1 to 2 page paper in the class where they had to go visit the Civil Rights Museum. I forgot the name of that class as well. And so New York was like, oh, this is too much. I'm like, 1 to 2 pages is nothing. Try writing 25 pages. Try writing a dissertation. I haven't done a dissertation. I don't have my PhD. I just got master's degrees. But, okay, I'm a writer, write 25-page papers. But, you know, there's even people who write way more than that. So 1 to 2 pages ain't nothing, Tiffany. Anyway, so they all got to get ready for midterms. They're all stressing out. I think they were in the study room at the house. Ray J's like, you know, everybody's stressed out. We need to take our mind off the study. We need to focus. Tiffany over there on the phone, right? No, she's focused. She's trying her best because she said, you know, school's not really her strong suit. She's always struggled with school and she's just trying. And she said earlier in the episode that, you know, this is taking her out of her comfort zone, but that's good because it's going to help her grow. And, you know, pressure makes diamonds. I love that statement she made about, you know, getting out of your comfort zone is the only way you're going to grow. And I totally agree. And that was really good advice for people who are going through things. If it's making you uncomfortable, that means you are in a growth process, okay? Hopefully you're growing from it. Anywho, she basically cursed Ray J out because he was being too noisy and distracting in the room, saying you're a spoiled effing brat. You need to sit down, you need to shut up. And he did, okay? She's like, you got a whole dance studio, you can go dance in there. And he did. So anyway, they were stressing out. Omarion comes to visit because he's on tour and he pulls up in the tour bus. And so, Omarion and I guess other family members came to visit and he's going to do the sound bowl thing with them because I guess, you know, Omarion and Orion, they're really into the energy and the chakras and the sound bowls. Y'all know how they be doing the sound bowls on Love and Marriage Huntsville. For all my Love and Marriage Huntsville viewers, you know how Stormy and Melody was doing that. So they had the bowls, y'all. You know I ain't into that stuff, y'all. But they was doing all that with the bowls and he told them to lay down. You can lay down or sit down if you want to. Okay, now listen now. Now let your body escape. Free your mind. All that stuff, okay? So they was laying there for a minute. Okay, Amber Rose and Ray J, they got up. They said, not no more. Amber said, this food is ready. You know, that stuff is cool and all, but we got studying to do. The food is ready. We got to go. They was like, it's too much. It's too much. Ray J was like, I love you, Omarion. Like, I'm with you, but it was too much. He said, I'll buy the book, but he ain't into all the chakras of it all. I feel them on that. I would have got up too. They kept checking on. They was like, they is asleep. It's taking too long. I don't blame them. But thank you, Omarion, for coming through. They told Omarion how much they really loved Orion. And Tiffany's like, oh, Omarion and Ryan, they be eating their fruits and vegetables. Their skin is all tight and supple. Ooh, they look good. And so they do look dead alike too. They do. So anywho, so basically the whole weekend they studying for the midterms, getting together. The other thing I liked about the episode is that we had other people from the school working with them in some of the group projects. So I forgot this one kid was a Tyreek or something like that. He was working with Tiffany and her group. And then there was another kid, another student from the class working with another group in the house. I like, because that's what I wanted to see is like the regular students working with the celebrities. I wouldn't even mind seeing that mixed in the house too. If they had a mixture of like regular students and the college and the celebrity students in the house, that would be cool too. But I definitely like seeing the regular students being in the group with them. I don't think we saw that last season. Let me know in the comments if we saw that last season, y'all. So that was cool to see them, you know, doing the group projects and all that. So, when they did let's get to the mask assignment. So when they did the mask assignment, this was really, really good and powerful, I felt. So Tiffany, just starting off with Tiffany said that New York, of course, is her mask. She wore the I Love New York chain. Everybody's like, yes, girl, we know that, okay? The good old I Love New York days, yes. That was my show, y'all. So anyway, Flavor Flav and I Love New York, those are like OG reality shows, y'all, from the early 2000s. So that's before Love and Hip Hop and all that. So she was saying, like, you know, that's been a mask for her for so long, but when, you know, she could put on the New York thing and be mother effing New York, but when does Tiffany get to be Tiffany? I said, that's right, girl. And so she said now going into this new phase of her life as a 40-year-old woman, she's trying to, you know, let Tiffany be a voice for the current, you know, the people that know her in this new generation, like, let Tiffany have a voice out there, okay? Parker, she said her smile, she hides behind her smile and not expressing how she really feels about things and keeping things inside. That makes sense for her. Omarion said his hair, he has dreads in his hair, and he said that is his mask, and he, you know, it covers him, it shields him. It seems like he kind of like it, though. It seems like, I don't know, maybe it's like a double-edged sword for him. You know, it got me thinking about, like, what are my masks and stuff. I don't know, it really got me thinking about that. Let me know if it had y'all thinking. So, who else? Amber Rose had her shades, and she was sharing that she met a man some years ago that was a famous rapper. It was Kanye, y'all. They showed it. I was like, oh, she couldn't say his name. Anywho, and she began to date him, and then it just thrust her into the public eye, and people would say all these mean things about her, call her sluts and all that. So then she said, okay, if that's what they say about me, I'm going to give that to them. I'm going to be just horrible with all of it and the worst. So that's why she does the things that she does. And being what that character, whatever other people want her to be, has been a mask for her. And I was like, well, you know, that made sense. You know, I hope Amber can really work through those things and we can see the real her. You can tell she got a lot of demons to battle for sure. Then let's see, who else went up? Iman, he said his basketball jersey was his mask for him. Like, you know, in high school, he felt protected. With, you know, he was cool with all the neighborhood homies. Got a lot of trouble because he was on the basketball team, and that typically happens, right? Let me see who else. Quay, he brought his blue wig because, you know, he does the TT character, and he didn't realize, you know, how it was a mask for him and how, you know, TT has helped so many people doing that character, but he didn't realize it was a mask, and he was trying to work on putting TT down and letting Quay shine out. And I like Quay. Like, I feel like him and TT are so separate, actually. I really like him as just Quay. Like, TT is funny. Like, I saw him in the Tyler Perry play. Like, it was hilarious, of course. But I like him as well. Let's see. Who else did we have? Oh, Jocelyn. She says she is the mask. Like, she said this purse costs $20,000, and she wear her wigs. These shades are not even her. I was like, do that purse really cost $20,000? Like, you got $20,000 to pay for that purse, Jocelyn? Okay, girl. She probably do though, y'all. So she's like, she is the mask, you know. Wearing those glasses are not her. Wearing all the hair, the makeup, the lashes, the glasses, all the designer labels. Like, she feels like she had those things because that's what she was taught growing up. But they not, you know, all that stuff is not really her and who she is. She hide behind that stuff. And I definitely could see that with Jocelyn. I definitely could see that with her. And I actually kind of resonate that, trying to show people like, okay, look, I got all this now. Look at me, look at me. And like, especially if you grew up poor or people made fun of you, like I definitely relate to that. Let's see. And then we had Ray J, right? I think that's the last one. Yeah, Ray J. I think he had some sunglasses or something. He said, you know, he just became this lit Ray J and became this persona, and it's gotten him into trouble. And now he's trying to put that aside and not be doing all his shenanigans. I don't believe you, Ray J, but it was good to hear. They still got to do the folklore and slave narrative assignment, okay? So they were in teams for that. And then they also got to do a midterm for their French class. They got to have like a conversation with their partner. When they were studying all weekend, they were like, oh my God, we don't have time to do nothing. We got to just study, welcome to college. Also, before I forget, Jocelyn did go meet with Dr. Petty. And she was like, yeah, I didn't know we was going to really be going to classes and doing all this for school like that. It just got overwhelming. Dr. Petty was like, girl, what you thought you was here to do? And I was like, Jocelyn, you full of BS, girl. You full of it. Dr. Petty was like, you know, think of this as one of your performances. Give it all that same energy you give your performance. And that was good advice. Like, Dr. Petty be coming through. she be coming through. I like Dr. Petty. And so Jocelyn really took what she said to heart. She's going to apply it. And she did apologize to her. So, like I said, everybody was stressing out studying. Quay wasn't there because he was doing the practice. And so then I guess it's the Monday morning of the midterms, they have to go. And so the first thing goes on because Ray J couldn't find his phone, first of all. Now, mind you, he got 2 phones. This is so stupid, y'all. So, let me see. Iman, Omarion, and Quay and New York went on to class because they wasn't trying to be late. And then Ray J, Amber, Jocelyn, and Parker stayed to help Ray J find his phone. Now, mind you, he got another phone. He was like, just be late with me, be late with me. And I'm like, first of all, it's your midterms. You should not be late on midterm day, trust me. Secondly, you had 2 phones, why you just couldn't take one? Like, I just didn't get it. Like, and then the fact that they decided it was a good idea to be late with him, like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, why are y'all there? Because y'all really wasting the university's time. Like, why are y'all there? If you ain't gonna be on time, if you ain't gonna show up, like, why are you coming? Why are you there? It made no sense. And then, so they sit in the active professor class. I can't think of that man's name, but I love him. And so he was like, where's y'all's partners do this interview assignment, this midterm, what's up? And so basically all their partners is at the house. This felt like a scheme set up by Todd and BET Plus, though, because how is that particular group of people all their partners that stay behind? Like, come on, really? Yeah. So he's like, well, y'all better get them here in 10 minutes or y'all about to fail this midterm. New York's like, I don't think I can afford to fail. He's like, well, you about to. So they were like, can we call him? And he was like, yeah, call him. Get him on. Call Ray J. Get him on the line. So then they sitting there trying to get reception in their phones, doing all this and all that. I'm like, if you don't get to the door and make the phone call and call these people, Ray J, I gotta put the find my phone thing on the phone. He finally found his phone. They not gonna get there in 10 minutes. And you know, I watched the episode twice and I'm like, yeah, that definitely was a scheme set up by production that all of their partners happened to not be there. Then they didn't even go call their partners legitimately. They still sitting in the classroom. Because if I was gonna go call my partner, I would have ran outside the door and called my partner with the receptionist. So anyway, y'all, we're gonna see what happens next episode. I'm gonna continue to try to review this show and stay interested. If y'all not interested though, let me know. Anyway, y'all, not Love Is Blind. Ready to Love, y'all. Our Ready to Love is back in July. I believe Friday, July 7th is when it airs. I thought they said it was coming back in June, but I guess they changed the date. And it will be Fridays, not Thursdays. Thank God, because I did not want Ready to Love on Thursdays. I love my Ready to Love Fridays. Anyway, y'all, that's it on College Hill and everything else. Stay tuned for more videos from me, more content. Y'all, please subscribe, share, hit that like button. If you don't do nothing else, comment down below. Are y'all watching College Hill? Are you over it? You know the drama. What's the tea? What's the shade? You just want to say, hey, girl? Put it in the comments. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.